I think about dreams. You wake up from them and everything is forgotten. All of a sudden it's like, I mean, it was in the part of a dream, and you got some sort of, maybe a message or clarity. And then you lose it. So I woke up from mine. I was like, I gotta make a journal entry about it. And by the time I went up, got to the bathroom, get the water, it's like, what was I dreaming about? But at the time, it feels really important, right? The thing about dreams. So some sleep, uh, maybe what, 4 to 6, 8, 10, 12 hours. Rip Van Winkle, 20 years. Some take cat naps. But uh, so I'm a cat napper. A nap. These things pop up. These dreams. People have asked me before, when they learn that I'm colorblind, like, how do you dream? I do dream in color. And I'm not sure what those colors are, because when I wake, those colors I do not see. So you got that going for me. There's a confusion there. It's like, I, I'm not sure exactly what it is. How the eyeball works to the brain and it processes. I have no idea how that happens, but it does. I'm colorblind, so I can look at something that looks light, looks dark. In my dream, it's a kaleidoscope. Very interesting. That got brought up the other day. It's like, how do you, you know, when I was growing up, I was learning French, and they're like, "What's the color? What's this color?" I was like, back then you can't say I don't know, so you had to come up with the best answer there was, and of course, because I was colorblind, I sounded ridiculous. What are you gonna do with a 7-year old who says it it's it's dark or it's light? That one's darker than that one's lighter. So it got brought up the other day, and there's a very small population of people who have color blindness, and so a lot of people don't understand it. And I was like, oh well, there's these glasses you can wear, and I tried the glasses on, and I was like, I'd rather be colorblind. This is weird. After 40, 45 years, I was like, this is weird. The way, if you see this way, I look at you a little differently than you look at me. Right? So the masses see me one way and I see the masses another way. Affectionately. I'm affectionate about it. I thought I learned at an early age because like there was mean people. When you're in school, like mean people, and the shoulders get a little bit higher every year you grow. With all the attention brought on you for, oh, well, because, oh my God, yeah. And so I'm looking at them, I'm like, who are you? You don't see the way I see things. But they gather, and they form this hornet's nest. And then you dare not approach that hornet's nest. Do not approach. It's like it's got a big warning sign. Do not approach. But you go over and you're like, oh hey, and they're like, oh. So, huh? Yeah, I'm working my way through some very early on uh, stuff. Like even 3 years old, I saw some stuff from when I was 3 years old. I was like, what, what, what? It'll be all right. It'll be all right for you. I mean, maybe someday you'll crack the code of it'll be all right, and you won't be like, oh hey. You'll be like, how are you today? And I will say I'm okay, and I will say how are you today, and you'll be like, well, let me tell you about my day. When I ask how are you today to many, they don't they don't ask me back how are you. They say, hey, how you doing? Oh, I got this thing going on. I got this thing in my back. I got a thing. I got a knee, and I got a shoulder, and my kid, and this, and I listen. Okay. After that, you don't get asked back. How are you? Well, my day was just fine. Never hear that. So, at what point do you stop asking? Do you stop trying to connect? At what point do you say, okay, I'm all right. You go be you. If you ever want to come back, I'm here. I'm not going to try to reconnect. I'm not going to try to ask you how your day is. I won't. What point? Where's that line? Where is it? I don't have one. I'm sorry. I don't have a line. I just keep asking. I'm a glutton for punishment. You can say whatever you want. Glutton for punishment. I don't have a line. I'm just going to keep asking. How was your day? How you doing? Hey, right? The Fonz. So, I mean, it would be nice to hear back from you, but uh, not whoever you. I'm not talking about anybody in specific, but it's like, hey, how you doing? It's nice when you get a response, of course, but then sometimes you're sitting there and you're like, you're on your phone and you're working, I mean, 60, 70 hours a week, and somebody checks in on you. It's like, hey, how are you doing? You're like, well, and you can't tell them, like, oh, I'm tired of shit. You know, I'm, I've been working 60, 70 hours a week for 3 weeks straight in the heat or the cold. Both, both are pretty hard on the body and the mind, the soul, and other people that you're working for. You have to go there. You know, somebody beckons you. You have to work a situation out. So it's no longer me at that point. I'm just the conduit. 60 to 70 hours of that being a conduit. It would be nice. It would be nice every now and then if somebody came and was like, "Hey, how you doing?" But such is life, and every time I ask God for something, He provides it. God provides. I get a huge, big angel and a peace. I'm going to change this on the New Year's. I'm going to change my peace dove on New Year's. Remind me if you forget. And if you don't remind me, I'm not going to hold it against you because I'm just this little worker ant. All right? I don't affect thousands of lives every year, but I do. I affect thousands of lives every year. You know, I take calls middle of the night, early morning. So it would just be nice to hear, like, or just like a message, like, hey, how you doing? So I went from don't get me anything physical like a robe, just write me a poem, a story, draw something for me, to just say, hey, I guess I'm keeping it pretty simple, my expectations of life, because it's rough. It's rough out there. But, I mean, it's much easier than it was a long time ago. To just say hi, how you doing? I want to give you a smile. Here, hey, this might make you happy. If not, it's, let me know why it didn't. Yeah. I'll change the approach, but yeah, just a simple gesture, like a thumbs up or something to that effect. Like, oh, hey, I recognize you. I see you. I see you. That's what you have to do for people. And you don't recognize it because sometimes they seem so strong. They do. They seem strong. It's like, no, there's no weakness. There's no stop. But heartstrings. It's like, hey, you all right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Did you get something to eat today? Hey, uh, did you remember to uh, wash your do laundry? Did you do that? You know? Oh, because people get bummed out, and you don't know what they're going through. You're not in their mind. I'm not in their mind. I don't know what they're going through, but I try to reach out. I do. I reach out all the time. But when I don't get reached out to, I don't know how to reach out back. So it's like you got my number or whatever it is, my contact information. So you reach out to me. So I reach back. And then there's no reach around. And we forget after a period of time that there's and I'm like, oh well, where did you go? And it's like, oh well, I hadn't heard back from you. Did you try to contact me? Well, I'm contacting you now, but did you try to contact me earlier? No. No. Oh, okay. Well, no. Got to keep those things in mind, right? Am I wrong? Can't be wrong. Who's wrong? I'm wrong. You're wrong. We're all wrong. And but it's nice. It's nice when you get that reach out, not the reach around, but when when you get incoming uh, like a message like incoming to you, and you're not expecting it, or you are expecting it. Oh, if you're expecting it and you're not expecting it, that's a whole different thing. But it is so nice to get a delivery of, "Hey, how you doing, Joey Tribbiani?" Or just hearing somebody say to you, "So, how was your day? Did you eat breakfast this morning?" Right? Right? What do you want for dinner? A lot of kids, lots of family. That's like your whole day. What did you eat? Did you eat anything? What did you eat? Did you eat anything? And unless they come up to say to you, I didn't eat anything, you don't know. It's like because everything's juggling. You're like, "Bop, bop, 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 bop." You don't know. So keep that rattling around in the back of your mind while you're thinking about how you deal with uh, everything going into the new year, I guess. Maybe. How do you deal? How do you deal? Guess I'll leave it at that.